Hello, guys and gals, and anything in between. I am the Silent Dragon, and today I am going to make a product review of sorts. Now, for those of you that don't know, or maybe you do, I am one of those people that make absolutely horrible levels in Super Mario Maker 2. Oh, you're welcome, by the way. But it's not because it requires any manner of skill. No. It means that you have to actually use your brain. And I punish you for trying to go fast because it is not a Sonic game. It is a Mario game. And Mario is effectively about collecting power-ups, coins, and stomping on the Goombas. Anyway, but that's not important. No. That's not important. What I want to talk about is this monstrosity. As daisy chain with a let's see here, Hyperkin adapter. The USB-A on there. And as you can see, it has the traditional Nintendo 64 / GameCube hookup. Now, is this the worst controller I've ever had? No, not by a mile. No. It's made by Retro Fighters. I believe it's called the Brawler 64. And the thing about it is, it has two problems. One is a minor gripe. The other one is more significant. First and foremost, this was not meant to be used with the Switch or Switch 2. You can, with the adapter by Hyperkin there. And before I go any further, I am not paid by any of these companies. I bought this with my own money. And it is good for what it does, but it's bad for what it doesn't. Also, you can put the rumble or memory card in the back. Effectively what it is Retro Fighters tried to make a controller that you could use on the Nintendo 64 back in 96, 97. And the kind of plastic they used, the very stiff buttons they used, make you feel like you're playing a late 90s console. And the D-pad, I've seen worse, but it's definitely not the best. My concern with the buttons is actually the A and the B. They feel very stiff, very plasticky, and the whole thing just basically feels 3D printed. But those minor gripes aside, it is plug and play. And ironically enough, the analog stick here is very responsive. And a good chunk of the N64 games actually use that. So that's a bonus. I'm guessing they didn't go work too well with the D-pad. The camera's not doing so hot. Okay, there we go. And then, let's see if I can get the... That's some pretty noisy stuff there. But at the end of the day, it's a decent controller for maybe $25, I think I paid for this in total off of Amazon. And even with all the 3D printed stuff aside, okay, I'm not knocking them for that. They went for something and they achieved it. They achieved a 1996-97 style controller that you can use on a modern console. And it does work with Switch Online expansion for the N64, and it could probably be used for the Switch 2 with the GameCube. I would not recommend it, but you could. And here's why. There is no home button on here. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, so that's right. You are basically forced into using a second controller or playing in like portable mode when using this thing. And this version I have is not the wireless kind, although they do have a wireless kind. And without the home button, you're stuck. There's also no way whatsoever to access the sub-menus so that you can do game state saves and stuff. So, there's two strikes right there, and then cheap plastic feels strike three. But overall, a controller you can use on a Nintendo Switch / Switch 2 for under $30. It's not bad. You get what you pay for. Anyway, this is just a simple product review, and it's meh. I mean, it's not bad, but let's face it. You're gonna want to get this bad boy. I'm sorry, but yar. You be wanting to play with the Nintendo Switch, do you? What? Anyway, thank you for watching. Be sure to, I don't want to sound like a sellout. Anyway, you know the drill. Have fun.